La entrevista es presentada por SEYER, The Boxing Showcase y The Aquino Destinations. Dear Bob, it's always a pleasure to talk with you. And what about this fight, Mexico and USA? I mean, two of the greatest fighters.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, fighters really don't represent countries, but here these two fighters represent different styles, the Mexican style and the African American style. So I think it's going to be a great, great fight. I can't wait to see how it unfolds. It just, this is what really makes boxing very, very interesting.
Yeah, I mentioned to Shakur and you are eyewitness that I mentioned Julio Cesar and I mentioned Wayne Mayweather. And he told me, no, I'm Whitaker and I beat Julio.
Well, I think Whitaker did beat Julio,
Yeah.
but that's a long time ago. So
Yeah.
This fight is not a long time ago. It's a little while before it happens, and there's a lot of interest in watching how this fight develops.
But you can tell from your experience and your knowledge that Shakur could be the next Mayweather and Oscar could be the next Julio Cesar?
Yeah, that's
right.
the style. Yeah. It's the Mexican style and the African American style.
Definitely. What moves you? Because you always surprise the boxing, the world boxing. I always watch the fights or I attend the fights, and you are the first to see it and watch from the 4 rounders till the end.
Right. Well, I like to see the kids who we've signed, who we're talking about signing, and I think the only way you can evaluate is to see them in person and not rely on pictures and other people's opinions. And I enjoy watching them fight. I enjoy how they develop, and that's what makes boxing promotion fun.
Sorry for sharing this with you. This is an interview, a professional interview, but my heart wants to talk. I don't know if you know this, but you're a role model for me. You motivate me. You are an example, and I'm about to cry because I feel it. I used to work with Univision and you guys in Solo Boxeo Tecate, and you always are showing a smile, but you will keep doing. Never stop. Thanks for motivating me.
Thank you very much, because if you expect the fighters when they get in not to quit and not to stop and keep trying to win, if you're a promoter, you've got to demonstrate the same state of mind. And so that's always been my state of mind.
Amen.
That's been the way the company operates. And there'll be setbacks along the way. There'll be disappointments. But again, that goes with the territory.
I can imagine you like a fighter. You can be a pain in the ass. How many world divisions you conquer if you were a fighter? Because you have a big balls and heart as well.
Well, I hope that's why I'm 90 and I'm still in there punching.
Yeah, still. Let me ask you this. Sorry for my bad English. So many Mexican fuckers, they don't respect Canelo. They say they gave everything for free. Could you explain these idiots? What is Canelo?
Canelo is a tremendous fighter. He is well schooled. He has a lot of skills. And right now, he is one of the top, if not the top, pound-for-pound fighter in the world. I mean, what do they want from Canelo? He showed technical ability. He's shown firepower. He's shown a big heart. I mean, he's shown everything that a top fighter is expected to show. So anybody who's involved in boxing who is not a hater, and I'm not a hater, has to admire Canelo Alvarez. You talk to these fighters, whether they're Mexican or whether they're African American, they have tremendous respect for Canelo Alvarez. So if there's people out there who don't like him for whatever reason, that's on them. I just think he's terrific and he's very good for boxing.
Let me ask you 3 more questions, please. What about Tyson Fury? I truly believe that is the next, or maybe is the Muhammad Ali now, but against White, it's going to be a great event. The purse, what historic. I mean, what can we expect?
What we can expect is how enthusiastic the English fans are. When we opened sales, in 3 hours we sold 85,000 seats.
It's insane.
I mean, it's insane. And that's only part of the story.
Yep.
Because you had to buy the tickets online through Ticketmaster, and when some of the people in my office went online, there was a queue, over 172,000 people in front. So, tremendous interest around the world, but particularly in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, definitely. I forgot to ask that because you have Joe Smith, you have Better Viet. If Canelo beat Bivol, first of all, do you believe Canelo can beat Bivol?
Yeah, I think so. I think Canelo has more firepower. Bivol's a very good technical fighter, but I think Canelo beats him. And then the question is, if Beterbiev beats Joe Smith, or Joe Smith beats Beterbiev, they're really hard-punching guys, and how would Canelo fare with either of them? We don't know, and hopefully sometime next year I would like to make that match. But again, I've learned now, you don't plan so far ahead. Look, I had my one of my favorite fighters, Lomachenko, scheduled to fight Kambosa, and he's stuck instead in Ukraine fighting the Russians. So, and of course, fighting against a brutal adversary like the Russians, who attacked this country for no reason, is of paramount importance, and it's more important than any boxing match can be.
Definitely. Finally, Canelo told me the other day, hey, I'm a freelancer. I'm open to work with anybody. So what can you tell to Canelo? You can send a message, because maybe next year he can work with you. Do you like to work with Canelo?
Well, I know Canelo. I think he's a terrific young man. I know Eddie Reynosa.
Yeah.
Get along well with him. And if we can present a deal to Canelo next year, certainly there would be a reception for that deal. Now, again, it has to make sense for Canelo.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see.
Finally, this is going to be touchy for you because we have a common friend, Mr. Carlos Barba, and now he's having a really bad time. He have this Parkinson stuff. Could you send a message to the family of Carlos Barba? Because Carlos Barba, he gave you an advice in Madison Square Garden. Remember when he mentioned to you, hey, the Spanish market is the one.
Yeah, Carlos, keep fighting. I know it's tough, but you're a fighter. You told me how to be a fighter when I was falling on my face years ago with the Duran Davey Moore fight in Madison Square Garden. You gave me the key, and that was to advertise and publicize in the Hispanic market, and that worked. That was the key that opened the lock, and it changed my promotions for years to come.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to send this to Carlos Barba family, and thanks for everything, dear Bob, and thanks because you love Mexicans, and I know from your heart.
I love all Hispanics. I love all boxing fans, but particularly Mexicans who are the most rabid of fans, boxing fans, as are Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Thanks for motivating me. Like I told you, you're a role model.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
La entrevista fue presentada por SEYER, The Boxing Showcase y The Aquino Destinations.